Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We'd like to get started. Good morning. Welcome to Northglenn's second annual Business Appreciation Breakfast. I am so happy you're here today. I'm Joyce Downing, and we are thrilled to have so many companies be here and represented, especially at this early hour. I do know how it is to get to an early morning breakfast. First, I would like to recognize all our elected officials. With the Northglenn City Council, please stand and be recognized. We have Jean Weinecke, Joe Brown, Leslie Carrico, Kim Snetzinger, Wayne and Carol Dodge, and Marcy Whitman. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. The city's entrepreneurial small business community is the backbone of our economy. Northglenn has about 670 storefronts and 225 home-based businesses. Of that total, less than a dozen have more than 100 employees. Every business is important, and the city is dedicated to your success. We thank all of our businesses for their commitment and dedication to Northglenn. This breakfast is just a small token of the appreciation. Today we will recognize 22 companies and an amazing 17-year-old from the Northglenn STEM High School. And finally, we will be honoring the late Dr. Dennis McGuire, founder of the Northglenn Optometric Center and the Northglenn Judo Club, as well as to acknowledge his 48 years of dedication to our community, and to thank him for touching so many lives over the years. The theme for today's breakfast is Building Northglenn Together. And as you will hear today, that is exactly what is happening. Now, you might be wondering why we have so many young people here today. We asked the students at the Northglenn High STEM School to come up with a concept for a centerpiece, and there's a centerpiece at each one of your tables, that would relate to building Northglenn together. 19 aerospace engineering students at the school worked as teams to come up with different ideas. The project required that each team do a 3D concept design and then explain why their concept should be chosen for today's event. As you will see by the sphere on your table and write-ups of the projects, these students are very impressive. The team that designed the sphere on your tables said that it represents building Northglenn together by the faces or pieces conceptualizing each Northglenn person, business, and neighborhood as part of something greater. When each individual piece is taken apart, the overall shape is composed. On the other hand, when one piece is missing, the overall shape is left obstructed and is incomplete. Very impressive. If you didn't get a chance to talk to the students before the breakfast in the networking area, I do encourage you to do so after this event. I know you are all anxious to get the program started, so it's my honor to introduce to you our MC this morning, Miss Angie Austin. Angie Austin worked in TV news for 20 years before making the transition to Good News Talk Radio. Angie was the weekday morning anchor and weather forecaster on Denver's Channel 2 morning show for 11 years before joining KWGN. Angie worked at NBC4 Los Angeles, Fox 6 San Diego, and ABC in Santa Barbara. Angie now has her own show called The Good News, which airs every weekday on the AM spots at 670 KLTT, the sister station at 810 KLVZ, and also Saturdays at 560 KLZ. Do you ever stay home? No. The good news is about encouragement. Angie Austin covered the bad news, and now she has a passion for sharing positive stories. She features stories of hope, inspiration, and victory. So listening to all the positive, inspiring business stories today should be a great fit for her. So please, help me welcome Angie to the city of Northglenn.
Well, thank you all for having me. When she mentioned that the business stories were inspiring, I have to tell you, I read through, this is a lot. I read through this last night and last week, and I'm so impressed by the businesses, but also like the courage to start a business. It just blows me away that all the volunteer work you do, and that was my point in starting the good news. There's so much good going on in this community and in and around Denver, and we were so busy covering the fires and the shootings, and I think you've heard enough about the fires and the shootings. We want to hear about the good news going on in our community. I'm just really flattered that I was asked to be here because I'm so impressed by business people now that I've started my own business and have to buy my own insurance. Everybody says to you guys, oh, well, you have your own business, you're the boss, that's so easy. For the first time in my life, having to buy my own insurance, not making any money for the first 2 months of doing my own business, of starting my own show, it's terrifying. Your family's put at risk. It takes guts to do what you guys do, so I'm very impressed with these winners and all of you that have started your own business. Now, before we get started in the formal awards ceremony where you all get your accolades and everybody says, oh my gosh, you're awesome, I'm going to announce our keynote speaker. Chris Onan is the co-founder and managing director of Galvanize. And Chris has a decade of venture capital experience and enjoys the challenges and rewards of helping early stage entrepreneurs navigate their company's growth. I think I need you. Yeah, I need you. And Chris will tell you more about Galvanize, their business model and the environment that they've created for startups and entrepreneurs. They believe that collaboration is the new competition. Collaboration, the new competition. He'll be sharing how the businesses here in Northglenn can collaborate and create a similar environment as Galvanize to help build their businesses together. So let's all welcome Chris Onan. Welcome, Chris.
Okay. First off, thank you for inviting me to come here and represent Galvanize and speak to your group today. The energy in the room is awesome and not what I expected at all. I'm super impressed with what you guys have going on here in Northglenn. I think that's great. So thank you for bringing Galvanize here. I want to thank Debbie, Marcy, Jill, Angie, and of course the Honorable Mayor Downing. Thank you for having us. I have written down here in my notes to do a short intro on myself. We'll get to the Galvanize portion, which is more interesting, but just a little bit on me. I grew up in Minnesota. I went to school at Northwestern, just north of Chicago. I came out to Colorado about 13 years ago to spend time investing in tech startups in the Rocky Mountain region. So I fell in love with Colorado and have been here for 13 years, raising a family. And about 18 months ago, I met my two partners, Jim and Lawrence, and these two crazy guys were like, we're gonna buy a building, and we're gonna put a lot of tech startups in it. And I think I told them something like, you guys are high. I enjoyed the wine, nice meeting you, like, I'll see you later. And they're like, no, you need to help us with this, let's work on this. And we did, and we worked on it. And so what I'd like to get into is kind of, what is Galvanize? And it's a little bit easier said than done to explain it to you because I've told my mom about it a number of times, and she still does not understand it. And so I'm going to try and do a better job with you guys today. And so here's a picture of the building. Galvanize, our first facility is an old charter school. It's 30,000 square feet. It was PS1 here in Colorado. My wife was actually a social worker in the building 10 years ago. And so when she comes to Galvanize and sees what we have there, she's like, this is weird. I can't deal with this. But what I'd like to talk about first is why did we build Galvanize? And there are a number of reasons for this. Number one, Denver and Colorado in general is blowing up with tech activity. Millennials are moving to Colorado in greater numbers than any other state in the country. And that's not per capita, that's aggregate. Right? So young people are coming to Colorado. They understand that kind of the old days of joining one company and being there for 30 years, that's changed, right? And kind of growing inside a big company, and they understand they need to build their own companies. There was a ton of great tech activity in Denver, but there wasn't a nexus, right? If you go to Silicon Valley or if you're in Boston, the entrepreneurs know one another. They help one another. They introduce their competitors even to potential customers and investors, and they help. And that dynamic and that ethic creates value for everybody in the community. And that's one of the reasons that we decided to build Galvanize. So up here, our mantra, there's three pillars to what Galvanize does: community, curriculum, and capital. And so at our first facility, which is about 30,000 square feet, we have 154 tech companies that work at Galvanize every day. And you can't just come work at Galvanize. You apply, and we curate the community very carefully. We want a connected community of tech product companies. We don't have freelancers, we don't have graphic designers. These are entrepreneurs that have, in many cases, built companies, sold them. They started a tech company and it failed. They started another one and it failed. You know, all of that background and history allows for entrepreneurs to learn from one another. The other thing about the community is in my investing career, if I had $1 for every time I needed to help one of my companies negotiate their way out of a bad lease, I wouldn't be working anymore. And so we make space flexible and cheap. We take space for startups and we move it from the liability column and turn it into an asset, right? So instead of you're tied into a long-term lease and you're officing next to a yoga studio or a law firm, you're officing around other tech companies doing stuff just like you, and if you hire someone new, you can add a desk. And if your company fails, because guess what, startups don't all work, we remove the friction to get out. And you can come back when you're ready to start your next business. So we try to make the pain of being a tech entrepreneur a little less. The curriculum component of our business, right? Like I said, we have about 150 tech companies that work at Galvanize. Those companies need two things. They need tech talent, and there isn't any, and they need capital. And curriculum is kind of our answer to the tech talent shortage. There's 0% unemployment in the software developer world, and it's the #1 thing holding tech companies back is access to that. And little newer tech companies can't compete with bigger later stage tech companies because they can pay big salaries, free lunches, massages, all that stuff. And so my favorite line from The Untouchables is when Sean Connery says, you know, you don't go to the barrel, you go to the tree. And so we built a school. And it was kind of a crazy idea. It's a 6-month program. I recruited the instructors to move to Denver from DC, Norway, and Seattle, and teach people in a 6-month immersive course to be front-end Ruby on Rails software developers. We had our first class start in January of 2013. Those students completed the program in July, and with no prior tech experience, the average starting salary for that group is $75,000, and the top end first-year comp is $120,000. It's a pretty cool program. We had our second class start about 6 weeks ago. 25 students, again, from around the world, coming to Colorado to learn to be developers. And we're not going to keep all of those students here. Some of them want to go home. But the simple fact is they go to school 20 feet from 150 companies that are dying to hire them. So it's like a 6-month-long internship. It's very similar when I was at Northwestern, if Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs and McKinsey were in the classroom with me while I was learning. And so it's that kind of immersive learning that fits in really authentically with our tech community. And then the last leg of our stool is capital, right? We like the community aspects of Galvanize and what we're doing, but we're selfish. We're creating this hive of activity because we want to pick off and invest in the best companies. And so as we scale Galvanize to 2 more facilities in Colorado here within the next year, and other tech hubs around the country and hopefully around the world, what we want to do is create these connected nodes of tech activity where we get first crack at investing in great businesses. And so that's a little bit of the flavor of what Galvanize is and why we did it. One of the reasons that Galvanize 1 was successful for us is that we had community leaders support us, right? And when I say community leaders, I mean the entrepreneurs in the community that have already been successful. They said, I like Galvanize, what can I do to help? The elected officials, Paul Washington, the mayor's head of economic development in Denver, has been a huge supporter of Galvanize, Mayor Hancock. And so I want to point out that the fact that you have Mayor Downing in the room with you and you have Debbie helping coordinate this event is a huge asset to your community, right? That's one of the things that Galvanize has just been so appreciative of, is that the people who matter in the community backed us before it was obvious that we were a win, right? Now, NPR comes and Time Magazine comes, everybody wants to see us. But a year ago, when it was new, we had people that supported us, and that's important. You have those people in this room, and I think that's fantastic. So if you really boil down what we're trying to do, we view Galvanize as a learning center, right? Kind of 21st education learning center. It's a place for entrepreneurs to come and learn from one another. And they're going to fail sometimes. That's okay. We want to make it easier and less painful to fail. Failure is never painless, but we want to make it less painful. And we want to make it easier to succeed, and we want to make it less expensive. And so that's really what we're doing with Galvanize. And so, yeah, this is an important slide because this is kind of the punchline here. So why do you guys care about Galvanize down in Denver up here in Northglenn? And I had to think about this a little bit. And what I'd say, the learning experiences from Galvanize is that quantity is a quality in and of itself. Galvanize gets a lot of attention simply because we have 160 businesses in one place, right? It's kind of like when an investor comes from California, if they meet with one company and it sucks, and they fly home, they're like, Colorado sucks, I'm not going back. That's literally what happens. But if they get on the plane and they come to a place and they meet with 10 entrepreneurs, and then they have cocktails with the mayor, and then they fly home, they're like, hey, I didn't see a deal I liked, but I'm going back. And so that's some of what we're creating, right? By having all these businesses in one place, it makes it easy for someone to come and plug into the community. Google just did that, for instance. Google decided that Colorado mattered to them. They came and did a big event at Galvanize, and they said, Colorado's startup scene is awesome, and Galvanize is how we're going to access it, right? So Google probably would have figured out a way to come to Colorado eventually, but because Galvanize existed, Google came and put their feet down and said, Colorado's important to us. And I think that's an awesome story, right? So quantity is a quality in and of itself. Entrepreneurs working alongside each other creates serendipitous interactions and value. Even if you're in different industries, there's things that, business, we can make business real complicated, but it's real simple, right? You want to sell a product, you want to sell it for more than it costs you to make it, and you want to do it a lot of times, right? And so if you're running, an ambulance business right here, and you're running an optometry business over here, there are things between the businesses that you can learn from one another. I asked, as I was putting this deck together last night, there's a female CEO in the business who's really sharp, and I said, hey Lee, why do you like being at Galvanize? And she said, because anytime I need help, I can turn to my left, and I can talk to someone who's done it before. And so that's one of the things I want to impress upon you about working together. Here's an important one to me. We're capitalists at Galvanize. The nonprofit world is great, but we believe that you can do great things while you make money. And so when I talk about building Northglenn together and coming together to work on it together, don't do it because of the kumbaya stuff. Do it because it's going to make you money. And the kumbaya stuff will also come, right? Galvanize is a good business. It's also great for the community. And we believe that you can do great things while you're focused on making a profit. And that's, we just believe that. And the businesses at Galvanize share ideas, they help one another, and it's also a great business. And so I want to impress upon you that you guys working together isn't just great for the community, it's also great for you. The contacts that you meet, the networks that you build, the more customers that you introduce one another to. That's the real magic. And sharing of resources is a huge sea change macro trend, right? When I like to talk about Galvanize, we didn't do anything wildly interesting. We're slotting into a huge macro trend of how people are going to consume things like office space, right? Millennial entrepreneurs understand it. They don't want to buy their space and sign a 5-year lease, right? They want to buy their space like they buy their web hosting from Amazon. If I need more, I turn it up a little bit. They want to buy their space like they buy their attorney, an extra hour here, an extra hour there, or oh, I don't need an hour today. They get that, and so sharing of resources is a huge trend. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that in 5 years there will be 60 million solopreneurs in the United States. 60 million solopreneurs. And I think I heard Mayor Downing say that you have 275 home-based businesses. That is going to grow a lot. And I would suggest that the opportunity for you guys is to figure a way to band together and create some knowledge sharing and some nexus of activity so that you can monetize those serendipitous interactions. And so what we've done in technology, in Galvanize, we're a tech-specific community, can be done in any type of community, right? It doesn't just need to be tech, right? I think highly focused is a good one, but I have people who come to me all the time and say, hey Chris, I'm thinking about doing something like this for family offices so that people who manage money, we can all work in the same place, we can show each other deals and have a network, and I'm like, I think that's a great idea. You should do that. And so I don't know what exactly it would look like for Northglenn, but there is an advantage to banding together and having a sense of community. And so with that, I would like to thank you. I'm happy to take a few questions if you guys want, or we can get on and, congratulations to all the award winners. Well done. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you having me.
I have not been in Time magazine. My only award has been high-fiving myself when I'm proud of myself for a job well done. Our first awards will be to honor the outstanding home-based businesses. And Northglenn has about 225 home-based businesses, all of which, of all of those, just 3 will be honored today. We'll start with the 2 honorable mentions. And Councilmember Carol Dodge will be presenting those 2 awards while you stay at your table. Our first honorable mention award for the 2013 Outstanding Home-Based Business goes to Tyke Publishing of Colorado. Kelly Kinch developed a Give a Book program 13 years ago for 3rd grade students to educate them on child safety, including emergency numbers, locking doors, and not talking to strangers. And Kelly is McGruff. She did hundreds of safety school assemblies and gave personalized books to more than 6,000 students over the years. And she's now developing a new educational book campaign called Home Run Against Drugs. And we'd like to thank and congratulate Kelly Kinch and ask her to stand to get her award. But did you already get it? I didn't see. You're so fast. Wow. Our second honorable mention award for the 2013 Outstanding Home-Based Business goes to Vera's. Vera's? Are you here? There she is. Oh, no wonder you have such fabulous hair. You do hair. Arlene Vera has operated a successful home salon in Northglenn out of her home for 35 years. Her business grew through customer referrals. She never had to advertise. Oh, don't tell me that. Advertising is fabulous. She never had to advertise. Her most rewarding accomplishment was making friends with her clients. Over the years, she's actually increased and decreased her hours based on the needs of her family, which is so wonderful. And right now, she's only working 1 day a week, so she can be with her 3 grandchildren throughout the remainder of the week. And that's so wonderful. What a blessing you must be to your grandkids to do that. So congratulations to Arlene for her Honorable Mention Award. All right, the winner of the Outstanding Home-Based Business is, ready? Are you guys ready? There should be some excitement. Shouldn't there, some drum roll or something? I'm so excited to tell you. It's Jan's Advertising Specialties. Jan, oh, aren't you so cute, Jan? Look at you. I'll be calling you Jan. Yeah, Jan Hurd has lived in Northglenn for 48 years. She's operated her home business for more than 35. Jan's Advertising Specialties serves as a broker for customers looking for business advertising and promotional items. Like the clothing, the pens, the calendars, the novelty, the trade shows, all those items you get at the trade shows. In her early days, her major clients were in oil and gas, but after the gas and oil bust, she lost more than 50% of her corporate clients, but she persevered and she diversified her client base. She says her business comes from returning satisfied customers and by word of mouth. And again, Jan does not advertise. Great. Excellent. We'd like to congratulate Jan Hurd and come on up to the stage to accept her award on behalf of the city.
Here we go.
That is wonderful. And Jan, even though you don't advertise, I'm still going to call you because I need some of your stuff. Our next awards will honor Outstanding Rookie Business. These awards acknowledge businesses that have been open for 2 years or less. And Councilman Leslie Carrico will present the 2 Honorable Mention Rookie Business Awards on behalf of the city. Our first Honorable Mention Award, and these honorable mentions, that's still a pretty big deal. There are a lot of businesses competing for these awards. This is pretty cool. This goes to Colorado Sun Tofu. Colorado Sun Tofu is a startup tofu and soy milk manufacturer and distributor. They opened their business in Northglenn in June. The company manufactures and distributes packaged tofu and soy milk to restaurants throughout the area. They're also in the R&D stages of developing additional products. And they pride themselves in quality, and they have no preservatives. I love that. Good for you. We'd like to thank and congratulate Colorado Sun Tofu and Henry and Stella Hahn. Henry and Stella Hahn, congratulations. Oh, I'm excited about this next one because I think I'm probably a big customer. Our next second honorable mention award goes for the 2013 Outstanding Rookie Business to Sugar Bean Bakery. Sugar Bean Bakery. 22-year-old Kendra Aragon fell in love with baking in high school. After she graduated from the culinary department at Johnson & Wales University in Denver, her mom Peggy and her friend Cherie Blunt teamed up to start their own bakery, and the 3 women with a shared passion for baking started Sugar Bean Bakery in March, and they've already sold over 5,000 fabulous cupcakes. Delicious. So congratulations to Sugar Bean Bakery. All right, Outstanding Rookie Business. The winner is Beer by Design. How come everybody's more excited for the beer award? Wow, you guys are getting the accolades. Vance Saab, president and head brewmaster of Beer by Design, has been making fine handcrafted beers from home for over 22 years.
He was an electrical engineer by trade, but with the technology bust and 3 corporate buyouts and layoffs, he decided to start his own home brew supply company. He ran the business for 5 years before selling it a couple of years ago, and he learned during that time some of the best beer recipes from the brewmasters that frequented his store.
Is that stealing? Oh, no, he's just, oh, it's borrowing. Oh, I know what it is, Chris, it's collaboration. That's what it's, collaboration. With this knowledge, his passion for brewing and the industry growth, he knew that the time was perfect to open his own craft brewery. He teamed up with his neighbor, Rick Egan, who also enjoyed home brewing, and who doesn't enjoy home brewing? The wives were like, oh my gosh, he loves home brewing. In June, Vance and Rich opened the first craft brewery, not just in Northglenn, but the first in Adams County. They have 16 beers and continue to add more, and some seasonals include pumpkin ale and other special brews using fruit and chili infusion technology. So congratulations to Beer by Design and Vance and Rich. Our next category is Small Business of the Year Award. Our 2013 Outstanding Small Business of the Year, these are businesses that have 10 employees or less, and Council Member Wayne Dodge is going to present the Small Business Awards on behalf of the City of Northglenn. Our first Honorable Mention Award, Small Business of the Year, Misha Photography, Honorable Mention. Misha Photography. Since opening Misha Photography in 2004, owner Misha McGinley has been giving back to the community. A core value of her business, she gives back. One of the most fulfilling projects, this is so cool, Misha. When I read this last night, it kind of made me cry. One of her most fulfilling projects was taking pictures of the children of Adams County Social Services, where she developed a life book with pictures of kids to introduce them to prospective parents. Because when the parents see these beautiful kids in photos, they're more likely to get adopted. Through that effort, the adoption rate increased by 400%. You must be so proud. By the way, I want you on my show because you're really good news. Over the years, she's provided great internship and mentor opportunities to high school students interested in photography. She's involved in the community, and some of her favorites are the Ball Swan School, Colorado Conservatory of Dance, Judy's House, and many Northglenn events and projects. So congratulations, Misha Photography. The second Honorable Mention Award for the 2013 Outstanding Small Business of the Year goes to... It's like American Idol, isn't that irritating when they do that? TH Automotive. TH Automotive. TH Automotive. Tim Hopp, owner of TH Automotive, started his business more than 15 years ago. They have 8 employees, and they provide repairs to approximately, about 3,000 customers annually. That's a lot of engines. Tim recently purchased land at the southwest corner of Irma and Leroy. They're going to build a big building there, 10,000 square foot. He takes pride that TH has highly skilled employees that are dedicated to providing excellent service and honest and reliable repairs and services. So congratulations to TH Automotive. The winner of the 2013 Small Business of the Year Award is Toy Tech Lifts. Toy Tech Lifts. This is a pretty cool story if you don't know it. Doug Ghosh, owner and CEO of Toy Tech Lifts, he had no intention of starting his own business 6 years ago. Yeah, as happens to many people, it just kind of happens sometimes, huh? He's now manufacturing and distributing Toy Tech suspension lift kits and selling other racing products, shocks, and accessories for Toyota trucks. He designed a suspension lift to improve his personal performance in racing and off-road driving on his personal truck. And soon after, he started getting requests to make these lifts for others, and before he knew it, Toy Tech was an official business. 2 years ago, they spun off another company with their partner, Chris Meister, who is the general manager of Toy Tech. Nice Tech Lifts is a sister company to Toy Tech, and as you can imagine, with Nice Tech as the name, it's products for Nissan trucks. So congratulations to Toy Tech Lifts. Now, this is Outstanding Mid-Size Business of the Year Award, and that category, Council Member Joe Brown will present the 2 honorable mentions for Mid-Size Business Awards on behalf of the city. Our first honorable mention, Mid-Size Business of the Year, goes to, this is exciting, AMF Northglenn Lanes. Northglenn Lanes. They opened 49 years ago. They currently have 24 employees, and they host 400,000 bowling games, wow, 35 leagues, 1,300 bowlers. Over the years, they've expanded to quite a large building, 43,000 square feet, and they have about 44 lanes there. They support many groups, as you can imagine, with a cool bowling alley. They make donations to many athletic clubs, nonprofits, and other programs and events. And you know what they also make? A lot of really good memories. How fun is bowling, huh? That's right. Yeah, you're a memory maker, that's what you are. You're in a happy business. So congratulations. That's wonderful. Craig Hendrick, AMF Bowling. All right, our second honorable mention award for the 2013 Outstanding Mid-Size Business of the Year goes to Smashburger. Smashburger started in Colorado in 2007, and in just 6 years, they opened 22 locations and 250 stores throughout 4 countries. In 2012, they posted a 3-year corporate sales growth of 254%. That's good. Which is positioning them as one of the fastest growing private companies and a major player in the fast casual restaurant sector. The Northglenn Smashburger is at 120th, opened 4 years ago, and they have 19 employees. We'd like to congratulate Smashburger and ask General Manager Nicole Stroll to stand up and accept the award. Maybe they're making smash burgers. They're busy. You have to get up early to make donuts and smash burgers. All right, next. We're honored to recognize the winner of the 2013 Mid-Size Business of the Year Award, and that would be Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. Applebee's opened 20 years ago, 28 stores in Colorado, and the Northglenn store ranks as 5th in sales revenue and number 2 in the Denver metro area. Dan Tavares, the general manager, said that one of his personal favorite days is Veterans Day at the restaurant. All the vets eat for free. The restaurant is shoulder to shoulder with vets of all ages. The restaurant's so crowded that strangers share tables with others and exchange stories from military tours ranging from Korea to Afghanistan. They're known for their local fundraising. They do a lot, Dining to Donate programs, you know about those for schools, etc. And they also do fundraising pancake breakfasts almost every Saturday for nonprofits. And they've been a major supporter of the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association of Northglenn, Tippecop for the Colorado Special Olympics, and many more. So they do a lot of fundraising. We'd like to thank and congratulate Applebee's and invite Dan, is he here? Is Dan here from Applebee's? To come up and accept the award. Well, congratulations anyway, Dan. He also is making burgers. All right, our next award goes to Outstanding Large Business of the Year. Councilmember Kim Snetzinger will present 2 honorable mention large business awards on behalf of the city. Our first honorable mention, Large Business of the Year, Cinzetti's Italian Market Restaurant. Cinzetti's has been located in the Northglenn Marketplace for more than 18 years, and they have 100 employees. Wow. They recently expanded their services to full-service catering and event packages. They donate at least a ton of pasta. A ton of pasta? How much is that? You don't cook it and donate it, right? It's like dry.
No,
Yeah. You cook it? That'd like fill the room, wouldn't it?
it's a lot.
That's a lot. Wow. That's awesome. They donate at least a ton of pasta annually to local food banks. They support many other fundraisers and community events, including the Dine and Donate program, where every Thursday between October and December, they donate 10% of the Northglenn Seniors Association sale proceeds to the Senior Hub programs. That's really cool. So congratulations to Cinzetti's and manager Sam Jacobson. Next honorable mention for Large Business of the Year goes to Precision Metal Manufacturing. Mark Allen and his team. Precision Metal was founded in 1997, moved to Northglenn 7 years ago. Their 73,000 square foot facility runs 2 shifts, has 70 employees. Their advanced capabilities allow them to take sheet metal products from concept to design. That's pretty cool. President Mark Allen takes great pride in being an American manufacturer, and they are rapidly becoming one of the nation's leading precision sheet metal and manufacturing people right here in Northglenn. So congratulations to Mark Allen and his team. And for the winner of the Outstanding Large Business, that is Albertsons. Albertsons opened 13 years ago at 120th in Washington. They have 75 employees and they serve up 12,000 customers weekly. In 2006, more than 200 Albertsons, you probably know, they closed, including one in Northglenn. But this store has made it through the hard times and continues to grow year after year. Gary shared a quote from the founder, Joseph Albertson: "If you're coasting, you are going downhill." And Gary says, we aren't coasting, and we continue daily to improve our services and products. Gary says what separates Albertsons from the competition is their quality, merchandise, customer service, and excellent employees, and they're dedicated to the Northglenn community. They donate. They have a community partner program where 1% of customer sales go back to nonprofit programs. This includes the Northglenn Community Foundation, and they also contribute to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Food Bank. And each year they donate truckloads of holiday dinners to local needy families throughout the community. And that makes a lot of families happy. So thank you to Albertsons and General Manager Gary Hart and his team. Outstanding Community Impact of the Year Award, this category. These are businesses that have gone above and beyond to positively impact the community and have been actively involved in philanthropic and outreach efforts. Councilmember Marcy Whitman is going to present the 2 honorable mention awards on behalf of the city. So our first honorable mention award for the 2013 Outstanding Community Impact of the Year goes to Boondocks Fun Center. Boondocks has been located just down the road off Community Center Drive for about 12 years, employs 165 people during the peak season. They have a strong commitment to the community, and they do hundreds of local fundraisers and donations for local schools, nonprofits, churches. In fact, 10% of their annual revenues are specific to nonprofit and fundraising programs. That's pretty cool. For 11 years, they've organized and funded the Colorado Adoption Exchange event, where more than 50 kids were directly introduced at Boondocks event and adopted by families. We'd like to congratulate Boondocks Fun Center and ask Group Sales Manager Baylor Firmingham and his team to stand up and accept the award, which you already did. Oh, come on, stand up for your picture. You don't want to be hiding behind the placard with like a number 2. Yeah. The second honorable mention award for 2013 Outstanding Community Impact of the Year goes to Lowe's of Northglenn. Lowe's opened 15 years ago. They have 115 employees. They recently donated materials and installed a fence at Northglenn's Global Village Academy. And with the recent flooding, a large group of their employees traveled to Long Mountain Lions and they assisted the Red Cross. They provided the landscaping materials for the Broomfield Glory House for disabled students. For a close-up example of their charity, you know, we were talking earlier about those wooden spheres. They donated for the students the supplies for the wooden spheres. We'd like to thank and congratulate Lowe's Northglenn and ask Matt Knott, store manager, to stand and accept the award on behalf of the city. Finally, we're honored to recognize winner of the 2013 Community Impact of the Year Award. The next company award has been the best kept secret for the last couple of months. The only person in the room that's probably shocked to see the name on the next award is the company owner. And I understand he does not like to be, like fawned over. He doesn't want us to make a big deal out of him. Dodge Sign Company is the winner of the 2013 Community Impact Award. Wayne served as co-chair on the nominating committee for this breakfast, and when the votes for the Community Impact Award came in overwhelmingly in favor of Dodge Sign Company, the committee did not hesitate to select Dodge Sign Company as the winner of the Community Impact Award. They give back to the community out of kindness, out of the kindness of their hearts, and never ask for anything in return. Dodge Sign Company started in a garage 30 years ago and is now one of the leading sign manufacturers in this area. With the home builder and developer communities as their main customer base, they design and construct, install about any size sign, also banners. Dodge Sign is being awarded the 2013 Community Impact Award because the owners in the company continuously go above and beyond in volunteering, donating services, and making a positive impact in the community. The Dodges and the company give countless hours of volunteer work and donations, including the Count the Lights contest, the Northglenn Thornton Rotary Duck Derby, Snowstormers, the Ice Cream Social. Do you ever sleep? Wayne and Carol and many of their employees continuously volunteer at the Webster Lake Relay for Life, the Northglenn Family Festival on July 4th, the Highline Canal Cleanup, Safe Street Halloween, and many more events. Oh, no, Wayne. Major supporter of local schools, Access Housing, CASA. CASA is the best organization in the world. They help so many kids. Oh, that touches my heart. CASA, they help so many children. Community Reach Center and many other charitable organizations. Many other, I haven't listed them all, Wayne. Additionally, the couple has hosted many exchange students over the years. Wayne is very active in the Northglenn Thornton Rotary and the North Metro Chamber. Evidence of his positive community impacts, he was recognized as the Rotarian of the Year in 2005, the Metro North Chamber Businessman of the Year in 2007, and the 2013 CASA Philanthropist of the Year. In the spirit of that, we congratulate Wayne and Carol Dodge and ask them to accept this award for the 2013 Community Impact and to thank you for all you do in Northglenn and in the community. Our next category is for the 2013 Outstanding Business Longevity of the Year. It doesn't mean you're old. The award recognizes businesses that have been located in Northglenn for more than 25 years. Councilmember Jean Weinecke will present the 2 honorable mention awards on behalf of the city. Our first honorable mention award goes for the 2013 Outstanding Business Longevity of the Year, Horizons North Credit Union. Horizons North Credit Union. Horizons started 53 years ago to support Adams County 12th School District. After a couple of moves, they built their current facility in '95. They have 19 employees and serve 8,200 members. For the past 12 years, they've donated all of their annual membership fees to the School District 12 Education Foundation. Horizons is a community partner and donates and supports to endless organizations, schools, nonprofits, and is very active and involved throughout the community of Northglenn. So we'd like to thank and congratulate Horizons North Credit Union and President Brad Harvey. So congratulations. Our second honorable mention award for the 2013 Outstanding Business Longevity goes to, I'll wait for the photo. I don't want to steal their moment. This is their 2 minutes of fame. The second honorable mention of the year goes to O'Meara Ford. O'Meara Ford celebrated their 100th anniversary this year. Over the past 10 decades, they've endured wars, depressions, recessions, union strikes, and much more. 4 generations of O'Meara family members have owned and operated the business, starting with Alfred O'Meara Sr., the founder of O'Meara Ford. He started working for the Henry Ford Motor Company on the assembly line in Detroit in 1906. By the way, that's not Alfred, just so you know. He's not anywhere near 100. He's like 50, okay? All right. In 1906, and was the company's 138th employee at Ford. How cool is that? O'Meara Ford has been a Northglenn landmark for 45 years. They have 150 employees. They continue to be a family-owned and operated company. Brian O'Meara is the owner, and his wife Bonnie and his 3 sons continue the family tradition working at the dealership. Big hand to Brian and Bonnie O'Meara. Thank you. Now this is the winner, Outstanding Longevity. We are honored to announce the winner, Northglenn Ambulance. Northglenn Ambulance opened in 1963 out of a 2-bay garage. Washington Street was still a dirt road back then. Executive Director Rick Lindsay said local residents started the company after a car crash when there was no one that could respond to the emergency. The local JCs rallied together to host a fundraiser to purchase the first ambulance. And at the beginning, Northglenn Ambulance was run completely by volunteers. So even back in '63, the community was building Northglenn Together. They take approximately 15,000 emergency calls annually, including 8,300 through 911. And they have 75 employees and 40 volunteers. And over the past 50 years, they've been incredible for the Northglenn community. They're always there for Operation Snowstormers, Relay for Life, Safe Street Halloween, teaching CPR class at the Rec Center and Senior Center, and they recently helped with the flood victims in Commerce City, where they transported 80 people from the nursing facility and moved them safely to another location. So we'd like to congratulate Northglenn Ambulance for everything they do for the community, and Rick Lindsay, Executive Director, and members of the board. Here they are accepting the award. Outstanding People's Choice of the Year Award. Oh, this means people like you. That's nice. This is a good one. I mean, who doesn't want to be liked, right? I mean, if you're a business, like, oh, I love that business, but I hate the guy that owns it. Like, you want to be the liked guy, right? Okay, the People's Choice is a new award this year. The city wanted to give the public a voice to vote for their favorite businesses. And we know the businesses that provide the really good customer service, and people want to come back because they actually like you. We're honored to recognize the winner of the Business People's Choice of the Year Award, and that is Adjustments for Life, Dr. Joseph Arve. Dr. Arve has maintained a chiropractic office in Northglenn for 21 years. Are you old enough to be a chiropractor for 21 years? Oh, that's why, because he's a longevity guy. So you could look like that if you go to him. Look at them. They look fabulous. All right. He's the founder of the Maximize Living Center, which is part of the largest natural health care network in the world. Dr. Arve's passion is promoting a healthy lifestyle for his clients. He was the chiropractor for the U.S. Judo team at the London Olympics. Oh, my dad's 80, and he's a black belt in Judo. He still does it. Keeps you fit, doesn't it? Okay, so we work with the Olympic Judo team. He's also the chiropractor for the Colorado Rapids. His focus is on helping prevent illness and disease, and his clients learn to maintain their health in 5 key areas, which obviously they do because they look so fabulous. The 5 key areas are diet. Oh, I hate that word. I also hate 2 words, portion control. I hate that. Do you use those words in your practice? Oh, good. I hate those words, portion control, portion control. All right, the 5, sorry, I digress. It's too much information. 5 key areas: diet, detox, exercise, stress management, and spinal correction. So congratulations to Dr. Joseph Arve and team. Adjustments for Life. Wow, can you imagine looking that good if you've been working for 21 years? Look at them. Oh my goodness. I'll bet you get more customers just from everybody seeing them. 28 years you've been a chiropractor? Oh, you're 48? No. I feel so ashamed. Oh my gosh, you're his daughter. Wow. You're older than I am. Oh, I need to get a facial. All right. Now we'll move on to the next award category because I'm feeling bitter. The 2013 Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award. This is so cool. Think about, though, I want us to think about how we can make a difference in building our future leaders. You know, we're going to be dependent on these kids, so we want to help them out. There are many ways for the business community like us to get involved. For instance, the Northglenn STEM High School is always looking for guest speakers, business tours that can come to your business and see how you run it, mentors, job shadowing, internship opportunities, and you really can make a lasting impact and get involved. I mean, just having the kids come to your business could really make a difference in what they choose to do with their lives. I love to have kids come to the radio station and, you know, get on the radio, or they used to do weather with me, and some of the kids have later written me and said that they got into weather or news just because of the tour. My daughter came on recently and I said, what do you want to say on the radio? And she says, I want to see a lot of naughty words. So maybe my daughter won't follow me into radio. I tried. All right, so this year, the Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award goes to Laura Moreno Ortiz. You have to hear her story. If you don't know it, this is so cool. I read it last night and I'm like, oh, I hope my kids are this smart. Please, God. Laura is a 17-year-old Northglenn High School senior. She has her own phone repair business. You know, the cell phones that you can barely figure out how to work, she fixes them. She's been repairing phones since she was 9. When you ask how she started fixing phones, she says she learned to repair phones because it was out of necessity. If she was going to have a phone, she kept breaking her own phone. She was dropping them in water, cracking the screen, so she learned how to take them apart, how to dry them out, and where to order replacement parts. Can you imagine your own kid figuring that out? Then her uncle said, hey, could you please repair my phone? And then the kids at school started asking her, and then the neighbors started asking her to repair their phones. Next thing she knew, she had quite the following. So far, she's repaired over 200 phones. She has a small workstation at home. She has a vendor list for parts that's very extensive, and she takes pride in her work. She provides a 30-day warranty to all of her customers, and her self-learned knowledge she taught herself has been an asset in her current job as a sales rep at Cricket. Oh, because I go in there and they never know what's wrong with my phones. I'm gonna look for you, because they're always like, well, I don't really know. And I'm like, yeah, but you work here. You're supposed to know how to fix. Well, let me make a call. I'm like, well, I can call that number, that 611 number. Why do I need you? So, thank goodness for you. She has plans to go to college and wants to specialize in medicine. You go, girl. So congratulations, Laura Moreno Ortiz. And if you need your phone fixed, I'm sure she has cards. You have the best combination. You're smart and you're gorgeous. You scored in the gene pool. Congratulations. All right, I just want to say I want to thank you all for letting me come and do this, because I was so blown away by your businesses and being a new businesswoman myself and wanting to do good news. You know, I had a very difficult upbringing, and when I left the news business, I got another offer, and it was 6 figures. And my husband said, you're going to take it, aren't you? I said, you know what, honey, I feel like there's a greater purpose for what I have to do. When I meet other kids that have come from broken homes, one of my brothers was murdered, one of my brothers is homeless, he's a drug addict, my dad was an alcoholic, I grew up in low-income housing. How did I become an anchor in Los Angeles? How did I become an anchor? How did I get my own radio show? So I want to share the good news to let other people know, like kids, amazing kids, like Miss Moreno Ortiz, that there's hope and there are a lot of good things happening in this world. So if you know of good news stories, I'm up here, please get my card. I'd love to help, share some of the stories that you may know about. Because Wayne, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna have you on my show, okay? I can tell you're not gonna like it, but I just really want to share all the good things going on in the community. And if you're a business that wants to be part of the Good News program, of course I'd like to advertise. Even though, Vera, I know you don't advertise. Okay, so thank you all so much. It's really been a pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and turn the program back over to the fabulous mayor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite the entire City Council to come forward on the stage for me, please, to help present the 2013 Northglenn Legacy Award. Please.
We're waiting on you.
They say government is slow, so. I had to do that. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. Seriously, I'm very honored to be able to present this next award. It is the highest honor presented at this event. Today, the late Dr. Dennis McGuire is being recognized for his 48 years of selflessness and contributions of time, talent, dedication, commitment, active involvement, and support throughout the Northglenn community. Dr. McGuire, or as most of us know him by Dennis, Denny, Doc, that's how I knew him, navigated life with dignity and courage before recently passing away. He founded the Northglenn Optometric Center almost 50 years ago. He cared for hundreds of thousands of patients over the years. He had a very loyal patient following and was even seeing third-generation patients. His family shared with us that he loved the Northglenn community and felt blessed to have a career that served others in a very positive way. Dennis was always very committed to giving Northglenn youth the opportunity to embrace his love for optometry. He provided annual internships to Northglenn High School students every year, many of whom sought careers in this field. He was a charter member and past president of the Northglenn Thornton Rotary since 1968, and an active member in the Westminster Rotary, and hosted many exchange students. Northglenn Thornton Rotary Chair Rosie Garner said, "Denny had almost a perfect attendance and helped shape this community in various meaningful ways. Those who knew him were blessed to experience the kindness he showed to others, his love, comforting words, and great sense of humor." Other community affiliations included the JCs, Northglenn Recreation Center Board of Directors, Rocky Mountain AAU, Colorado Optometric Association, and on the boards of Colorado Vision Service and American Vision Services. Besides his family, his real passion was the sport of judo. Doc, as everyone called him in the judo world, started his love for judo in 1961 in Iowa and wound up with 8 black belts. He was a true pioneer of the sport. He co-founded the Northglenn Judo Club in 1965, which is the longest lasting and most successful judo club in the country. He originally held judo classes at the former Northglenn Junior High School and moved his classes to the Northglenn Recreation Center in 1974. Over the last 50 years, he taught and inspired more than 8,000 students. He created a launching pad for some of the top judoka in the country. He trained more than 100 athletes that became national champions or Triple Crown winners. He even had 2 Olympians and 1 Olympic alternate. Every one of his grandchildren was a judo Triple Crown winner. USA Judo gave Dennis its highest honor, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Dennis was a very humble, giving, caring, and loving man. He was dedicated to his family, friends, students, patients, and the community. Dr. McGuire was a man of honor, integrity, and will be missed greatly. The city is very proud to honor Dr. McGuire today with the Northglenn Legacy Award. We would now like to invite the McGuire family to come up and accept the Northglenn Legacy Award on behalf of Dr. McGuire. Kim, please stay on the stage. This used to come up here. Okay. Just because you're me. Okay. On behalf of the City of Northglenn, we would like to present this plaque to the McGuire family to recognize how much we appreciate everything that Dr. McGuire did for our community and the positive impacts that he made in Northglenn and so many lives in the past 48 years. Also, after this breakfast, family and friends will join us in a dedication of a park bench that will be placed in front of the Northglenn Recreation Center where he taught judo for more than 4 decades. Please stand and recognize a true Northglenn pioneer and legacy, and a remarkable man for all his unforgettable community efforts.